Hello, beautiful people. How are you guys doing? Hope everybody's doing amazingly well. Welcome back to another lesson of English with Ashish. And guys, in this lesson, we are going to learn everything about adverbs of time. We'll learn what adverbs of time are, different types of adverbs of time. We'll also learn about adverb phrases of time, adverb clauses of time, and their placements in a sentence. The lesson is going to be super informative. I'll try to make it easy and fun for you guys. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel yet, first of all, that's bad. Do it right now. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification button so that every single time I publish a lesson, you get notified. I'm excited. I know you guys are too. Let's do this. Alright everybody, the very first thing we'll do is we'll understand what exactly is an adverb of time. Here's the definition. Let's look at the definition. An adverb of time modifies a verb and tells us when it happens. It modifies a verb, it gives information about it, and it tells us when the action happens. It can also tell us how often and for how long an action takes place. It can also talk about how often and for how long an action takes place. Adverbs of time are extremely common to find in sentences, right? Okay, now let's look at all these different types of adverbs of time and master them. Number one, adverbs of time. They talk about a specific, a particular time when an action takes place or took place in the past or will take place in the future. And here are the common adverbs of time that point out at a particular time when an action takes place or took place or will take place in the future. Today, tomorrow, now, then, last night, that day, that month, that year, that week, that season, right? Next week, next month, next year, next quarter, next season, something like that, starting with next. Then tonight, let's take some examples and understand these. I'll finish the assignment today. I'll finish the assignment when? Today. Today I'll do something. I'll finish the assignment when? Today. Today is the adverb of time, talking about the time of the action which is finish. I'll finish what? The assignment when? Today. Sam is coming to my place tomorrow. Sam is doing something, coming to my place. When is it happening? Time? Tomorrow. Tomorrow. Next day. Last night we celebrated his birthday and danced the entire night. Last night. If you use it in the beginning of a sentence, use a comma after it. Last night we celebrated his birthday and danced the entire night. When it happened? Last night. They're playing chess right now. They're playing chess now or right now. Right? Pointing out at the present time. They are playing something, they're doing something, playing chess. When is it happening? Right now. Right now as I speak. He wasn't feeling well that day. He was not feeling well that day. When is it about? When was he not feeling well? That day, pointing out at a particular day in the past, which both the speaker and the listener or reader know. Okay. Second, adverbs of time. These adverbs talk about the frequency of an action, how frequently an action takes place. And we have two types of adverbs of frequency. We call these adverbs of frequency. They talk about the time of an action, but they generally focus on the frequency of that action in terms of time, obviously. So we have indefinite adverbs of frequency and definite adverbs of frequency. Indefinite, not defined, like they're not definite. They'll not talk about the definite time of the frequency. Definite, they'll be definite. Okay. These are always, daily, usually, frequently, or often. Yeah, often. Sometimes, occasionally, really, seldom, hardly ever, and never. Indefinite frequency of adverbs. Definite frequency, hourly, every hour, weekly, every week, monthly, once in a week, every week, yearly, every year, once in a week, once in a year, quarterly, in every 3 months, fortnightly, in every 15 days. All right, let's take some examples of both indefinite adverbs of frequency and definite adverbs of frequency. And we'll start with indefinite adverbs of frequency. We daily play cricket. We play cricket, we do something. How often? Daily. So it happens daily, every day. So the frequency is 100%. Or we always play cricket. Okay. My friend Moxie usually has dinner at my place. My friend Moxie does something. What is that? Has dinner, eats dinner at my place. How frequently? How frequently does it happen? Usually. That means it's close to 100%, 90%, or 95%. Like it usually happens, right? Usually she has dinner at my place. Usually close to 100%. It's 90% or 95%, right? They often come here and drink. They often or often, right? They often come here and drink. They come here and drink. How often? How frequently? Often, right? Regularly, like 75%, 80%, it happens, right? So they often come here and drink. I can also say they never come here and drink. They sometimes come here and drink. They occasionally come here and drink, right? So I can use different adverbs of frequency to talk about different frequencies at an action takes place. Okay. Now, definite adverbs of frequency. The company pays us monthly. The company does something, pays us. How frequently? Monthly, every month, once in a month, right? The reports are evaluated quarterly. The reports are evaluated. How often? Quarterly. Once in every 3 months. We'll call the kids and check on them fortnightly. We will call the kids and do something, check on them. How often? Fortnightly, once in every 15 days. So it's talking about a particular frequency. Once in every month, once in every 15 days, once in every 3 months, once in every year, right? Fixed frequency. The next is adverbs of time, and these adverbs modify a verb in terms of how long the action takes place, right? And they either start with for or since. For followed by a time period word, for 3 days, for 4 days, for 2 hours, for 20 days, for 20 years, right? For all night, or simply all night or all day, for 20 minutes, for some time, indefinite time period. So for plus a time word shows a time period for which an action takes place, right? For some time, we don't know the exact time period. For some time, for some days, for some weeks, for some months, for some years, for some decades, for some centuries. If we say for some plus a time period, right? We still do not know the exact time period. And even if we take out some, we still don't know. If we say for days, for many days, for weeks, for many weeks, for months, for many months, what exactly, what is the time period, what is the exact time period, we still don't know. So we have to use a number to refer to a specific time period. With since, we refer to the starting point of the action, right? Since last night, since last night, since 2010, since the beginning of the year. Let me show you some examples and make you understand. I haven't been sleeping for 3 days. I have not been sleeping. I have not been doing something. How long? For 3 days. The action hasn't been happening for the last 3 days time period. For 3 days, for 20 days, for 6 hours, for 20 minutes, right? We have been working out all night. We've been working out how long? All night. We are still working out. We've been working out all night. We have been working here for some time. We have been working here for how long? For some time. What is that exact time duration? We don't know because we're using some. Okay, for some time, for some months, for some years, still not a particular time period. If we want to show a particular time period, we have to use a number. For 2 months, for 20 days, for 3 years, something like that. We have known each other since our childhood. We have known each other for how long? Since our childhood. Since our childhood, referring to the starting point of the action. This is the point since when the action has been happening, right? We've been knowing each other. We have known each other since our childhood. Starting point of the action. Sam has lived here since 1996. Sam has lived here. How long? Since 1996. Starting point of the action. Since 1996. This is the point when he started living here, and from that very point, he has been living here. All right. Next is adverbs of time. These adverbs will not refer to a particular time. They will not refer to a particular frequency or how long has the action been going on for as well, right? They'll just refer to a time that is not known. Okay, let's understand these using some examples. So these are earlier, before, early, already, eventually, finally, later, lately, yet, recently, just, next, soon, and still. Let's take some examples and understand these. Number one, he had come to see me earlier too. He'd come to see me earlier too. Come to see me when? Earlier, earlier. So you'll use this word earlier to refer to a past time when the same action is happening in the present as well. So somebody has come to see you, right, in the present, and if the same action happened in the past as well and you want to point that out, you'll use earlier. He'd come to see me earlier too. I had come to eat this dish earlier too. When? Earlier, right? An early time in the past. Have you seen us before? Have you seen us before? Before. So have you seen us before? Like leaving the present time, have you seen us at any point in time in the past? Have you seen us before? She went to bed early. She went to bed early. When? Early. So it's not talking about a particular time when she went to bed, but it's referring to a time which is less than the time where you actually sleep. So let's suppose you sleep at 11 p.m. and today you slept at 9 p.m. So I'll say you slept early today. Early means earlier than the usual time when you sleep. Okay. The fight has been booked already. The fight has been booked when? Already. Already is focusing on the fact that you don't have to talk about the time of this action anymore. It's been done. So it's been done in the past, but that time is not a long time back in the past. It has recently been done. All right. So when something happens and the time of that action is quite close to the present and you want to focus on its completion, you use already. I have made you already. So you're asking about the time of the action, you're asking about the completion of that action, and I want to focus on the fact that, oh, I have already completed it. So I'll say, I have already mailed you. I have already finished the task. Already. That means it's been done. Okay, the fight has been booked already. If you keep working hard, you'll achieve your goals eventually. If you keep working hard, if you keep working hard, if you keep putting in the work, you'll achieve your goals. You will accomplish your goals eventually. Eventually means like ultimately you will achieve your goals. Eventually, like a time will come. It's going to happen sooner or later. It's going to happen sooner or later. Understand it this way. If you keep working hard, you'll achieve your goals eventually, right? It's going to happen ahead in the future. When we don't know, but it's going to happen, right? Eventually it is supposed to happen. It's going to happen in the future if you keep working hard, right? I will talk to him later. I will talk to him. I will do something when? Later. Later in the future, but when exactly? What is that precise time? We don't know. I will talk to him later. When I do not want to talk about the precise time when I'm going to do the action, I'll use later. All right? Okay, more. We have had a lot of fights lately, or lately we've had a lot of fights. Okay, we have experienced a lot of fights. When? Lately means recently, close to the present. In recent days we've had a lot of fights. The food has not been cooked yet. The food has not been cooked. When? Yet. So if something was supposed to happen in the past, some time back, it didn't happen at that particular point in time in the past. But it has also not happened in the present. In the present also, it has not been done. You'll use yet to refer to this particular point. The food has not been cooked yet. The assignment hasn't been submitted yet. Like it's still to be submitted. The food is still to be cooked. The action is still going on. It's not completed, right? It's still going on. The shop has been moved to a different location recently. Moved when? Recently, like uh, a time in the past which is quite close to the present. So let's suppose you're walking past a shop and the shop is closed and people are gathered there talking about the fact that the shop is closed and they do not know why. They think it's gonna reopen, right? Like after some minutes or hours it's gonna open. And you talk to the people and say, hey, it's not going to be open because it has been moved to a different location recently, because a couple of days back I was here and the owner was moving all the items to a different shop. So it has been moved to a different location recently. I do not want to talk about the specific point in time when the action happened, because either I don't know about that or I don't want to reveal that particular piece of information. All right. We just finished the food. We just finished the food, right? Just means a time in the past which is very, very close, very, very close to the present. So you come to my place, you're about to have some food, or you're expecting me to feed you some food, and the food is finished. And I say, we just finished the food, man. Just a couple of minutes back, or maybe a couple of seconds back. Oh, it's finished. The last episode of the series will be aired next. The last episode of the series will be aired, broadcasted when? Next. So something is going on after that, that's the time where something is going to happen. That's the time when the last episode of the series will be aired. All right, let's meet soon. Let's do something. Let's meet when? Soon, quite close to the present. A time in the future which is quite close to the present. Let's meet soon. Let's open our business soon. Let's talk to that man soon, right? Let's go somewhere soon. Okay, let's buy a bike soon. We are still waiting for the bus. We are still, even in the present, we are still waiting for the bus. So let's suppose we had been waiting for the bus, and the action is still happening in the present as well. So you'll use still to refer to this point, refer to the fact that the action is still going on. We are still waiting for the bus. Now, let's understand placement of adverbs of time. So we got adverbs, types of adverbs of time, their placements and their examples. When adverbs, frequency, adverbs of frequency, and how long adverbs that talk about how long an action takes place. All right. When, examples, today, yesterday, last night, that day. Okay. They can come either in the beginning of a sentence or at the end of the sentence. They're common at the end of a sentence. They are generally used at the end of a sentence. Examples: last night we had an amazing party. We had an amazing party last night. This is more common. I'll call you tomorrow. Tomorrow, comma, I'll call you. I'll call you tomorrow. This is more common, right? We had a lot of fun today. Okay, fun today. It generally comes at the end of a sentence. Frequency, like often, sometimes, never, always, hourly, monthly. These can come in the beginning of a sentence, after the subject, right after the subject, which is their common place. This is where they generally come, and they can also come at the end of a sentence. Okay, examples. Sometimes he makes me sick, or he sometimes makes me sick, which is a more commonplace, which is a better sentence. We often eat at this cafe. We often eat at this cafe, or we eat at this cafe often, which is not common at all, right? They pay us hourly. Only definite adverbs of frequency come at the end of a sentence, right? Some other adverbs of frequency can also come at the end of a sentence, but generally they come right after the subject. We often eat at this place. We sometimes eat at this place. We never eat at this place. We always eat at this place. We occasionally eat at this place. They pay us hourly. They pay us monthly. So definite adverbs of frequency, they come at the end of a sentence. They pay us hourly. They pay us weekly, monthly, fortnightly, right? Something like that. How long adverbs, right? For 2 hours, for 20 minutes, for 3 years, since last night, since your birthday, something like that. And these come at the end, right? At the end only. I have been teaching for 5 years. I have been teaching for how long? For 5 years. We have lived here since 2000. We have lived here since 2000, right? Since 2000. Coming at the end of a sentence. So these are the placements of these adverbs. All right. Now, some adverb phrases of time. Most adverb phrases of time are prepositional phrases that work as an adverb of time. All right, and here are some examples of adverb phrases of time. Every day, every month, all the time, in the summer, prepositional phrase starting with the preposition in, the day after tomorrow, the day before yesterday, very soon, very late, during the winter, during preposition, in 1999, in preposition, in 30 minutes, preposition, in some time, preposition, before the match, before the wedding, before the meeting, after the meeting, right? Preposition, while playing, while, conjunction, once a week, twice a day, twice a month, thrice a month, on Monday mornings, preposition on, right? Let me show you some examples and make you understand. Easy, easy, easy peasy. I had come here the day before yesterday. I had come here when had I come here? The day before yesterday. The day before yesterday, adverb phrase of time, talking about the time of the action. When had I come here? The day before yesterday. We'll talk about it very soon. Soon, very soon. We'll talk about it very soon, close to the future. Everyone feels tired on Monday mornings. On every Monday morning. On Monday mornings, everyone feels tired. They feel tired when? On Monday mornings. A prepositional phrase starting with the preposition on, but working as an adverb modifying the verb feels. Talking about its sign, that's why it is an adverb phrase of time. Now, adverb clauses of time. These are clauses, dependent clauses. Adverb clauses of time are dependent clauses that modify a verb in terms of time. So they give information about a verb in terms of time. Obviously, they talk about the time of the action. And they generally start with the following subordinating conjunctions. When, after, before, as soon as, until, the moment, while, since, etc. Right? Let me show you some examples and make you understand. I will call you back. I will do something, call you back. When will it happen? As soon as the meeting gets over. As soon as, conjunction, the meeting subject gets verb. It's a clause, right? Starting with a subordinating conjunction, dependent clause. On its own, it doesn't have a complete meaning, right? It's a dependent clause. I will call you back when, not today, not tomorrow, not the day after tomorrow, as soon as the meeting gets over. So it's referring to a particular time, not a precise time. We're referring to a time using a clause. As soon as the meeting gets over, when the meeting gets over, we'll call you back, or I'll call you back. Nancy got angry and left the party. She got angry and left the party. When it happened? When John started talking about her obesity. So we're not talking about the exact time, but it must have happened at a particular time. Think about it. So when he started talking about her obesity, it must be a particular time. There must be a time in the clock. That's the time when she got angry and left the party. But we're not referring to the time. We're using an action, not a complete sentence, a dependent clause to refer to that time. She did this, she got angry and left the party when John started talking about her obesity. Let's join the classes. Let's do something. Let's join the classes when? Before the seats are full. So before this happens, before this particular time, let's do something. Let's join the classes. All right. Adverb clause of time. All right. So we've learned what adverbs are, different types of adverbs, their examples, adverb phrases, adverb clauses, placement of adverbs. I hope everything is clear about adverbs of time. So that's all about today's lesson, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. If you did, hit that like button, guys. Please do that. Share the video with your friends, with the people who need this, people who can be benefited out of this. Share the video with them. That will help me as well. If you have any questions, any doubts, do ask your doubts, your questions in the comment section below. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, that's first of all very bad. do that. All right, do it right now, and join our Facebook group, Facebook page, Instagram page. Links in the description. You can join my YouTube channel, my Hindi channel. The link is in the description as well. And I'll see you guys very soon. Till then, keep learning, have fun. I love you all. You know this. Oh, namaskar.